Nanking cherries that I picked from my yard, and it's my first time making this jelly, but I'm gonna give it a try and we'll see how it works out. First thing I've done here is I have sterilized my jars in my Instant Pot with the lids and everything that's going to touch the jelly. I have sterilized. I put them in boiling water for a good 7 minutes, and I'm going to take them out and let them dry off. So I didn't show the part where I have strained all of the pulp and the pits out of the cherries, but here's the cherry juice that I have to start with. I picked the cherries from our Nanking cherry bush in our yard, and I'm going to make this jelly with these ingredients here. I'm using real lemon, granulated sugar, and the Cerdo liquid. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of this real lemon juice in the cherry juice. And I'm going to add the Cerdo liquid pectin in, and then I'm going to get the cherry juice up to a boil. When it boils, I'm going to add the sugar in. Here I have the juice, the lemon juice, and the liquid pectin here, waiting for this mixture to come to a boil. I'm using my red Dutch oven from Superstore. It's the President's Choice brand. I use it for a lot of different things, and it's useful for making jellies and jams as well. Now once this juice comes to a boil, I'm going to dump all of my sugar in the mixture. I have about 2 cups of sugar I'm adding to this 3 cups of cherry juice. Now my juice is coming to a boil, so I'm going to add my sugar in, and I'm going to keep stirring. I'm going to keep close because this juice is going to get thicker, and it will start to rise to the top, so I'll need to be close, make sure that it doesn't burn by stirring it, and make sure that it doesn't overflow the pot while it starts to rise with the bubbles when I add the sugar. Added my sugar in, and I'm going to be stirring it, and I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute. I'm going to take all of the residue off of the top after 1 minute of boiling. It has just started to boil, and I have the timer on. When the minute is over, I'm going to turn the stove off, and I'm going to take all of this residue off of the top. My timer is done now, and as you can see, the bubbles have risen to the top, and there's some residue on top, kind of like foam. And I'm just going to scoop in with my spatula and start taking that off. So I've taken a lot of the residue off of the top, and this is what my cherry jelly looks like now. I'm happy with the flavor of the cherry jelly with the amount of sugar I put in. Some recipes call for more sugar than the actual cherry juice, but I don't want to overwhelm my jelly with a really sugary flavor. I'm really happy with the flavor using less sugar than juice. Now, as you can see, I poured my jelly into these 1-cup jars from Bernardin. And I left a little bit of space at the top before the rim, just for a bit of air there. When I was pouring in, I didn't have a funnel today, so I did spill a little bit. I'm glad that I put this little cookie sheet down so that I have something to catch all of this juice here so that it didn't get all over my stove. So that was great. I have some clean cheesecloth that's never been used, and I have this apple cider vinegar. I'm going to just take the apple cider vinegar and wipe the rims of the jars before I put the lids on. Now I'm working in my basement suite, and I don't have a lot of room. I don't have a full kitchen setup. I don't have a big canning jar. I just have my Instant Pot here, and it's gonna work really well to be able to do the final boil on my jars. So now that I've wiped down the lids of my jelly, I'm just gonna put the jar lid's on, and I'm gonna put them in the boiler for about 10 minutes just to let them seal up really nicely, so that I'll be able to keep them in my pantry. I won't have to keep them in the fridge and use them up quickly. I can put them on the shelf. Thanks for watching my video today. If you enjoyed it, I just want to ask you to give me a thumbs up, and if you want to follow along next time, just subscribe. See you next time.